Hello and welcome to Yoga for Strong Legs. Before we begin, I want to say a couple of things. I hope that you have warmed up your body. There are a couple of videos that we have recorded that you can do before this particular segment to warm up your body. You want to get the core heat up just a little bit, lubricate the joints and get the body ready for some more vigorous exercise. Having said that, my mat is ready. I have two mats on top of each other, so it's nice and soft for me. If you know that you have sensitive knees, I would suggest to get a bath towel or a blanket or quilt, whatever you have laying around, for some cushioning for your knees, at least for the beginning of the class. And so I'm going to give you a nanosecond to gather your things and gather your thoughts, and then we're going to meet on the mat. We're going to go ahead and just have a seat here for a moment. Before we do anything, we're just going to get grounded. Even if you have already done a different segment before this particular one here, yoga for leg strength, we're just going to just relax for 1 second and get into the zone. We're going to let our shoulders relax down. Take a couple of deep inhales into the nose and out of the nose. Inhale deeply and exhale completely. Two more like this. Inhale deeply into the nose and exhale completely out of the nose. Last one like this. In and out. Now we breathe normally, but still nostril breathing into the nose and out of the nose. The reason for this is we want to warm up the air before it goes into the body, and we also filter out some of the particles that may be floating around. So we're filtering the air before it goes into the lung. We want to keep that nostril breathing. If you start feeling that you cannot get enough air and start gulping up the air through your mouth, that is a good indicator that you're pushing yourself too hard. If that happens, you can always take a pause. You can have a little seat or you can be standing, no problem. The only thing that you don't want to do is get your head below your heart, meaning bending over. I see this sometimes when people try to relax, that they are doing a forward bend, and that is really counterproductive. So keep your head above the heart. You can take a little walk in your room or in your space in the area that you have, but then you come back to the video and join the rest of us. So let's get started. We're going to come onto our knees, and you can keep your toes here untouched, the feet flat on the floor. The knees are underneath the hips, and we're just going to lean back an inch and lift up an inch. Lean back and lift up. So you may already start feeling this here in the quadriceps. Just a little lean here, tailbone is tucked, abs are tight, shoulders are relaxed. Maybe you can manage a smile, that makes everything easier. Now, if this is not enough of a challenge, you can bring your hands forward. It's going to add a little bit of weight and leverage to this. And if you absolutely don't know what to do with your hands, you can bring them, of course, always in heart center, or do the old mummy arms. I don't know if this is actually a term or if I'm just making this up, but it's this kind of thing, you know, like the mummies have. All right, we're going to do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one, and we're going to hold. Inhale, exhale into the nose and out of the nose. That may become a little bit harder right now, that's okay, just breathe. Bring your body back up. Spread your fingers wide, have your middle finger point forward. We're going to tuck the toes under and send our hips up for downward facing dog. Do not worry about how your downward facing dog looks right now. We are just stretching out our calves. The calves are connected via muscle chains to the shoulders. So if you have tight shoulders, that may have to do something with your calves. So we are gently releasing the heels towards the floor. That does not mean that we are pressing them forcefully down. Not everybody can bring their heels all the way down in this position. That's okay. You work with what you got today. All right. Well, have a look forward. See that the fingertips, the middle finger in particular, is pointing forward. So we're not leaning to the right or the left of the wrists here. The weight is evenly distributed. All right, now we're going to get ourselves a nice stretch. And we're going to alternate the heels up and down. Keep a relaxed neck. Keep your shoulders square. Navel in and up. And then we're going to settle for a couple of breaths into our downward facing dog. Shake your head, yes, no. Very nice. All right, we're going to make our way into an active back extension. So you either can walk your feet towards your hands or your hand towards your feet. Either way, we're going to end up in an active back extension. That just means that you have a nice straight back. You can utilize your legs here as a prop to prop yourself up, give you a little bit of help to extend that spine. Gaze is probably about the edge of your mat. And we don't want to crane our neck forward, and we just don't want to have our head low down either. The weight is in the toes, so we want to avoid leaning back like this. It's going to put too much pressure in the back of the knees. So weight is here in the front, active back extension. Continue to breathe. And we are going to bend the knees a little or a lot, up to you. And we're going to bring the arms out to the sides. Whoa! They connect. And then exhale, pinkies to the side. Step your left foot back. Bend your front knee. Adjust your stance. Hip bones point forward. So bring them around. If your foot feels stuck here in the back, just move it a little bit to the outside of the mat. So we are looking forward. Everything is in a forward movement here. Bend your knees. And here are two options. So most people don't have a problem to bring their arms up here in Warrior One. However, if you have shoulder issues, or if this gets you anxious because everything is so tight up here, just put your hands into heart center. Yeah, your old namaste hands right here in heart center. It's a nice option. Otherwise, lift. We have a nice healthy bend in the front knee. But if you look down and you see your pinky toes, yeah, then move your knee until you no longer see your pinky toes. So we want to have that knee track right in the center over the foot. And we also do not want to have that knee jet over the ankle. Can you see this? This is a little bit in front of the ankle. We don't want to do that. That is old yoga. Back in the days, some of the older yoga books still have that like this. But we want to make sure that the knee is either right on top of the ankle or behind the ankle. Huh? And again, knee and toes are always looking in the same direction. And I'll tell you in a second why. Just breathe, your back leg is straight. You're straight. Your straight may look different than my straight or anybody else's straight. I'm going to breathe. And I'm going to bring the hands down and we're going to step forward. You may have to hop to the front or you may be able to do a big step to the front. Tadasana, mountain posture. So the pinkies are here to the side, shoulders are rolled back. And we are tall as a mountain. Yeah, really, it's going to step that right leg back this time, and we're going to make the same adjustments. We're going to see that we get that hip forward, and if that gets stuck here, then move that back foot to the side. Back in the days, I said the back foot has to be 30-degree angle, but you know, we're just not all put the same together. If your hip is not that open towards that side, then we have to make an adjustment here. Most important, just give me 1 second, we're going to position ourselves here on the mat. Yeah. When you're ready, everything points forward, our high beams are on, they're pointing to the front. You're going to inhale the arms up, or again, you can have your hands in Namaste. You stay right here and continue to breathe while I give you some information here. I'm going to make it quick so you're not that long in that position. So the knee is a hinge joint. Yeah? It goes like this. It hinges like so. That is why it's so important to keep the toes and the knees in one direction. Yeah? They all point in the same direction, because if you twist, for example, the ankle here, that twist is going to translate to the knee and from the knee into the hip. We don't want that. You see, when the knee is turned, then the hinge is compromised. So, very important, since the knee joint is one of the biggest joints and complex joints in the body, we want to keep it healthy. All right, one more deep inhale and exhale. And we're going to step forward. All right. Roll your shoulders back. Yes. We're going to go into the warrior two position. So here we're going to step back with the left foot. And we're going to look down, and this time we're going to make sure that the heel of the front foot and the arch of the back foot are intersecting. Yeah, so before we were kind of like here on a railroad track with our feet, now we are on a tightrope. So they're on one line. Bend your front knee. We're going towards 90 degrees. That may not be happening today, but eventually it will happen. Other difference is in Warrior 2, the hips are open to the side. Remember Warrior 1, everything looked forward. Here we allow the hips to open to the side. The arms are shoulder height. And we're going to gaze over the middle finger off the front hand, drishti, and breathe. If you look down again, make sure that your knee is tracking over your toes. Or I should say that your knee is tracking in line with your toes. Not over the toes, because same here applies. We don't want to have that knee jetting over the ankle. And we're going to exhale, release, and we're going to turn to the other side. Just do a nice turn here. We're going to check our alignment here. Again, nice deep bend in the front. Bring those arms up. Also, slightly tuck your tailbone and engage your core, so we're not sticking our behind out. Yeah? We're just imagining that our hips are sinking right in between our heels. That's where they are. Drishti again, middle finger of the front hand. Bring your hands down, and we're going to turn, and we're going to turn, and we're going to step forward, and here we are. Roll your shoulders back, mountain pose, Tadasana, pinkies to the side. And we're starting on this leg here again. We're going to step back with the left foot, and we're going to turn our body. All 10 toes point forward. So the outside of your feet align with the outside of your mat. Bring your hands into your hip. Inhale. Open your chest and pull your elbows together. And then we're going to exhale. Nice forward fold. Keep the weight in the weight in the toes. You can stay right here, or you can come all the way down. If you come all the way down, you may release your hands towards the floor. If you need a block or a book to bring the floor closer to you, of course, that's another option. Relax the head towards the ground. Engage the thighs. Relax your head, shake it, yes, no. And as we come back up, we come into an active back extension. I like to bend my knees here a little bit because every time you feel pressure behind the knee, that is not super healthy for the knee. Yeah? That means that you're locking your knees out. So I personally bend the knees just a little bit and I come back up, and then I'm going to inhale, arms all the way overhead, and exhale, bring your hands back into your hips. Pull your shoulders back. Inhale, open the chest, and exhale, another forward fold. You can again stay here in an active back extension, working the back muscles, or relax all the way down. Put your hands onto the floor, shake your head, yes, no. If you want to play with this, you can bring your fingers around your big toes and put your thumbnail on top of the toes. Relax your head down. And we're going to inhale, active back extension. Exhale, again, I bend the knees a little bit. Inhale, bring it all the way up. Exhale, hands into the hips. Now, we're going to turn to the other side. And turn to the other side and step forward here. Bam. Why? Because we want to not just work always with one leg stepping forward. We want to be balanced here. Mountain pose. Pinkies to the side. Grow tall. Right leg steps back. We're going to turn. And this time we're going to turn the toes out. Sit down into goddess posture. So all you have to do is bend your knees. And there are some people that do that so beautifully. They have their knees all the way out there, and you know, it's like they're squished between a window pane. My hips don't operate like that. Yours may. So there's like cactus arms, also sometimes called gold post arms. All right, go a little bit lower. Don't forget to breathe. And we're going to bring it back up. And this time we either step or jump our feet together. And here we are back in Tadasana, mountain pose. All right, let's go ahead and relax everything. We are going to continue here with a balancing posture. So again, this is a posture that has double duty. First of all, we work on our balance, and secondly, we are working on our leg strength. And what we're going to do is the tree posture. Tree posture can be right here. Yeah, it can be right here. We will always skip the knee. It can be woo. Oh, that was a nice sound. It can be right here. Yeah. Your arms can be up here. You can basically do anything that you want with your arms, really. So we have a drishti here as well, because this is a balancing posture. I would suggest to find yourself something that is not moving, because the body will go where the eyes are going. So if you're looking at a tree that is swaying in the wind, your body will go with it. It's really, really hard to balance. Also, if you look at the back of the head of the person in front of you in a yoga class and they're swaying, you will sway with them. So find something on the floor, the wall, or the ceiling. that is not moving, and that's where you gaze upon. It's not staring, just gazing upon. It's going to help with, first of all, concentration, and secondly, with the balance. Now, again, first, do no harm. If you know that you are not really balanced today or in general, the wall is your friend. So you can always come close to the wall and work here with the wall. You can put your leg wherever you find appropriate for you today. There are no grades in addition to this where, I cannot see what you're doing, so you can really just stand there, drink a cup of coffee for all I know right now. However, we do not want to lean into that wall. Hot potato, hot potato, hot potato. What we want to accomplish here is we want to train the proprioceptors in the body that keeps us from falling when we get off balance, which of course becomes more and more important as we are going the walk of life. All right, let's go on ahead. You pick your side first. Just remember which one you did. I start here on the right side. And another thing is, like I said, as nice as it is to have the cushioning with two mats on top of each other on the floor, that's not really great for balancing posture. So as harder the ground and as more even the ground is that you're standing up, the easier it's going to become to balance. So we're going to go on ahead and find our tree posture. Find your tree pose. You can stay here as long as you like. Sometimes we get off balance and we go back into the position. It's very frustrating when time's out. So stay here as long as you like. I suggest between 5 for a beginner and 15 for more advanced yogi breaths, that is 5 to 15 breaths per leg is sufficient. If you're not already there, slowly release the posture. We are back in mountain pose where everything begins and where everything ends. Mountain posture. Going to the other side. Finding our balance. Now, I'm often, people often ask me, oh, where should my bent knee be? The one that is propped up against the standing leg. Well, it really depends how open your hips are. In the perfect yoga world, the knee would be pointing all the way over, in my case right now to the left side. Again, it would look like I would be squished between the window pane. My hips don't open like this. If yours do, that's great. If yours don't, that's great too. We're working on our balance here. Balance and strength. Another good advice is to not lock the standing leg out, because if you have a little bit of a bend in it, you will challenge all those small muscles that help this balance, these stabilizing muscles. And if you're not here already, you can go on ahead and release the posture, coming back into Tadasana. The last posture that we will do for this segment will be the dancer's posture, and there is a good reason for this. The reason is that we want to stretch